Android users, you can now have TYT in the palm of your hand. Our TYT app is available for download in the Google Play Store. Just go to tyt.com/app to find out more.
Recently, there was this controversy regarding Jeff Sessions eating at a Mexican restaurant known as El Tiempo Cantina. So he goes to this restaurant, enjoys a Mexican meal, and one of the workers took a photo with him and posted it on social media and essentially said that it was an honor to serve Jeff Sessions. Now that led to quite a bit of controversy. People were calling for a boycott of this Mexican restaurant. And the restaurant decided to take the picture down from social media. Look, I feel like it was a bit of an overreaction. Like, let's just take it easy on the restaurant. I think they just got excited that there was a US official there. But nonetheless, the restaurant didn't like the reaction they were getting. They took it down the photo. Now, Fox News, of course, is gonna obsess over this story. Tucker Carlson covered it on his show. And he had a Univision actor on his program named Enrique Acevedo. And they talked about the whole issue. But that's the context. Just pay close attention to what Tucker Carlson says about tacos.
I'm totally opposed to illegal immigration. I think that our legal immigration level should be lower because the country's getting too volatile. Those are my sincere views. I also like Mexican food since I grew up on the Mexican border. Should I be allowed to eat Mexican food?
No, this is, I think, what people are pointing out, the contradiction of attacking someone's culture, someone's story, and then celebrating their food and celebrating
their food? It's American
what they find convenient to celebrate about their story.
Well, you think you own tacos now or something? I love this. It's so crazy.
No one does, by the way.
Oh, really? Because it sounds like you feel like you own tacos. No. I feel like I do. I feel like they're an American food, and I'm going to keep eating them, even though I agree with Jeff Sessions.
I'm glad you do. No, and I think everyone should. Tacos, guacamole, and we should all celebrate each other's cultures. We feed off each other. It's what makes us
each other's cultures. It's an American
diverse
food.
and stronger. Feeding off each other's cultures, borrowing from each other's cultures, learning from each other's cultures.
I'm from San Diego, man. Those are my tacos, mine.
Right.
He says you're not going to appropriate my culture as he's appropriating his culture.
Like, that was kind of amazing. First of all, I just want to quickly point out something that's not related to tacos. Tucker Carlson just said it. I'm completely against illegal immigration, which you can expect that from him, right? And then he says, and I think we should limit legal immigration. Like, this is yet another example of they don't want you here. If you are not, a white American-born person, they don't want you here, okay? If you weren't born in America, they want to prevent you from coming into the country. Anyway, they're super transparent about it. Secondly, tacos are an American food. You grew up in San Diego, so you think that that's American food because you ate tacos while living in San Diego?
He even admitted, he said, I grew up near the border. Why is it growing up near the border have anything to do with tacos being so American? I mean, what if you grew up in Minnesota? You're near.
I thought they were American food.
Why bring up the southern border?
Tucker Carlson is a dope. I look at him, he's just a dope. He says dopey stuff. I can't believe that he actually believes what he was saying.
I don't think he does.
Because he's trying to dissect the idea of the food as American. I'm Iranian. One of the things I tell people all the time when people are afraid of Arabs and Iranians and Muslims and Middle Easterners, I go try our food. That's a good way into the culture. And so it is Persian food. It is Arab food. It is Mexican. It's called Mexican food, you dum-dum.
Yeah.
You can't sit there and turn it around and say, I had it in San Diego, therefore it's American. No, you idiot.
Yeah, no.
You can't. He can't believe that. Is he really that stupid?
But honestly, part of me thinks that he does believe it. And the reason why I say that is because the rest of the interaction was Acevedo basically saying, like, we should celebrate each other's cultures. And Tucker Carlson's like, no, what are you talking about, celebrate each other's cultures? It's an American food. Like, in other words, I'm gonna take what I like from your culture, but when it comes to everything else, I don't respect you as a person. Yeah. I don't respect your country, but I like your food, so I'm gonna take your food as my own.
Well, we all know the name of the restaurant is Tiempo Cantina, which of course is an American, a couple of American words.
That's right, of course.
Look, he grew up in a very American town of San Diego, okay? I mean, that town is not named after those Mexicans or anything using their language. That's for sure. I know where it comes from. Do you know what it means in German? Okay, anyway. Okay, so I was going to defend Tucker Carlson. I saw the headline and I was like, hey guys, come on, man. You can say taco is American like food and like pizza is. That's fine. Can right wingers eat tacos? Of course, you're allowed to eat tacos, right? That's not a question. So I was going to come out and do the kind of thing. And he was kind of halfway joking for most of it, right? He's laughing, etc. But the last part got me, right? Yeah. When the guy said, yeah, you could enjoy our culture. So that's a super fair point. We all enjoy Italian culture through pizza, pasta, and that's where it came from, right? So good, God bless. And it became part of American culture. If we celebrate that, then are you allowed to eat pizza? Of course, I don't care if you're right wing or left wing. But when Tucker said, what do you mean each other's cultures? It's American food, and you could see his face change too. This is the last part, right? He said, you're not going to appropriate my culture. Okay, now wait a minute. It's one thing when you celebrate it and you go, hey, I like the Chinese food, I like the Mexican food, and I believe that's part of America now. That's actually a wonderful thing to say. It's another thing to say, no, I own it, it's mine now, okay? What do you mean Chinese food? It's not Chinese, it's my food. The restaurant says Chinese food, the restaurant says Mexican restaurant, right? Because that's where it originally came from. And did we change it? Yes. It wasn't necessarily in that shell, right? And we made it our own in a lot of ways, and the Chinese food you eat is not necessarily perfectly authentic, etc. But then to have the audacity to say, I want to keep you out of the country, right? And to do segments about how demographic changes in this country where there are now more Latinos are scary and that you wouldn't want it happening in your town. But then to say, no, but I'll take your tacos and you don't even have any ownership over it. It's now mine. I already stole it.
I'll take your kids too.
Yeah, and they do that as well. And how dare you complain about that? No, you ruined it. You had it, you dummy. Like you never had it. It's fine to say that this is what makes America, all the cultures working together. But then to say, no, I reject your culture, but I'll take the parts I like and just steal it. And then say you're not allowed to even brag about it or even say, hey, isn't it great? And to be proud that you contributed to America, to rob that contribution.
Yeah.
That's what I think got me. And I was like, because he's a really bad guy.
They're trying to redefine what's made America America. We have Italian Americans, we have Irish Americans, we have Mexican Americans, Turkish Americans, Iranian Americans. And some people go, why can't we just be American? We are. The American part is part of it, but we also have a culture, and that's what makes this country a better place. That's what makes this country, that's what makes our food better. If 100%. We didn't have Mexican food, and we didn't have Middle Eastern food, and we didn't have Italian food, and we didn't have all that other stuff, it'd be potatoes, we'd be Ireland. Disgust, I mean, no offense, but I've been to Ireland. It's just meat, brothy meat. It would be disgusting. Thank God for all these cultures, Tucker.
I kind of like that. So, anyway, but I hear what you're saying. Like, I just think that, whenever the issue of cultural appropriation comes up, I feel like it always comes up in the wrong context, right? So someone is sporting a hairstyle, right? And everyone likes it, whatever, she's celebrating that hairstyle, and people will think, no, she's stealing my culture. But if that's a person who's not racist and genuinely loves the way that hairstyle looks, the issue is the double standard that, certain communities have to deal with. So if a black woman wears her hair in cornrows, it's not considered fashionable or sexy or fashion forward. It's considered, oh, you're wearing your natural hair, you should straighten it, you should relax it, you should do whatever. White girl does it, she gets celebrated. So that double standard is an issue, but you shouldn't attack the person with the hairstyle. You attack or at least critique the way society handles the situation, right? But this Tucker Carlson video is a perfect example of cultural appropriation. You steal the good parts of the culture that you like, you keep it for yourself, while you continuously insult the people that food or that part of the culture came from.
But again, he does what Trump does when he takes the term fake news, which fake news was Pizzagate. Fake news was all the crap that comes out of Trump's mouth.
Yeah.
And he spun it around and he goes, you guys are fake news. Tucker Carlson just did that exact same thing.
Yeah.
He said, you can't appropriate my culture. He said, tacos are my culture. You, Mexican dude, can't appropriate it. So he just spun it on the guy. And the Mexican dude never said, hey, Tucker, you're trying to appropriate my culture. He was being very welcoming and open arms. And this dum-dum was saying you can't. And by the way, again, as someone of Iranian descent and Iran being part of the travel ban right now, if Jeff Sessions went into a Persian restaurant and some guy took a picture with him with a thumbs up, I'd be like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
This is, I personally would be on the side of going, don't celebrate this guy.
Yeah.
He's going against our people. And so I understand that argument as well.
Yeah, I understand it. I definitely understand it. I just think, sometimes people aren't as into what's going on in politics as we are, right? So like I'm hyper aware of politics. And sometimes when I'm around someone who's not following what's going on in government or in politics, and they say something that's offensive, like I want to like jump down their throat, but then I have to stop myself and think, okay, they don't know what I know necessarily. So like, it's okay. Like, let's not be so hard on everyone.
So last thing is, imagine if it was flipped. This is always a fun game. So if I had somebody on the Young Turks, the right winger, and we were talking about hot dogs, as in Frankfurters, right? And how they originally came from Germany. And I go, no, that's not German food. It's American food, and I don't want any more Germans in this country, okay? Germans and white people, the demographic changes that white people are bringing to this country is the problem. But I'll take your hot dog and I'll take your pizza, but I don't want you in this country. The problem isn't saying that hot dogs and pizza and Mexican food and tacos are American. The problem is when you say, I don't want you in this country. I mean, and that's what Tucker Carlson does on a nightly basis. If you were open and welcoming, yeah, of course, it's all of ours together. That's what makes America great. Except you want to end that. So just own up to it while you're trying to steal people's tacos. So, 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.